What is the secret to moving forward in life?
If you don't make time for health, you have to make time for illness.
Complaining at your current circumstances is the glue that keeps you tied to them.
If your why is big enough, you'll do it. Hey guys, it's Peter here with the 7th day of Christmas message. Yes, it's been a week, and today, as promised, I wanted to touch on the one subject that is the most common category when it comes to New Year's resolutions, which many of us are making tonight and tomorrow, and I'll have something to say on that as well. And that is the category of health. Now, for those that know me, you know I've got various passions, metaphysics, quantum mechanics, human behavior, business entrepreneurship, but health and vitality is definitely one of them. And when I talk about health and fitness and vitality, I talk about three things because they're different. Yeah, you can be very healthy, but not have the stamina to be able to run off and catch a bus, sprint down the street, or be a lover in bed for an hour and a half. You may not have that level of stamina, but you can also be very fit and have a huge amount of stamina and drop dead playing tennis, or keel over with a heart attack out jogging. Health and fitness are two different things, and a lot of people forget that. Yeah, so the other thing is vitality. Now, what is vitality? Vitality is that feeling of vital energy that allows you to really dance with life, to be on fire with life, to love life, to embrace life, and have that spark, that demeanor, that certain something that allows you to just go out and tango, with life itself. And so health, fitness, and vitality, when you combine the three of them, you have energy for life. And it's very rare we see that in this day and age when everybody's being fed a diet of sugar and refined carbohydrates and all the other stuff. So when it comes to health and vitality, what do I want to share with you? Because this could be a very long video, but I don't want to do that. I want to respect your time. It's New Year's Eve, and a lot of us are going to be going out this evening and doing things to our body that don't fall into the health and vitality category. So, let me share with you a few pointers here that I think will help you starting tomorrow for many of you, really get back on track. This is a subject I could spend hours talking about. And for those that have listened to my straight talk on health and vitality, you'll know it's a subject that I really go into detail on in both science and behavior. But, what are some of the tips I can give you? Well, one of the first thing is when it comes to making lifestyle changes, when it comes to setting goals around health, ask yourself, what is your outcome? Because that really determines the trajectory. And a lot of people don't take the time to ask that question. They simply go at it. They go join a gym and then wonder why they quit 3 weeks later. That's the business model of gyms, by the way, if you weren't aware of that. How do I know? I co-founded and built a large chain of international health clubs called Energy Health and Fitness. And we knew that, come January, we'd sell several hundred memberships. And we knew that if every single person turned up, we wouldn't be able to serve them because we knew they wouldn't. And we also knew that after 3 weeks to a month, half the people that had all the best intentions wouldn't come back, even though they'd still be paying their membership fee. In other words, it would have that, well, maybe I'll get round to it. Maybe I'll trade off the guilt by putting it on my credit card and thinking that I'll still be a part of a gym, and all of that stuff. But if you are going to a gym, then understand what is your outcome here when it comes to focusing on health. Is it you want to lose weight? Well, that's pretty easy. If you want to lose weight, here's a couple of strategies I'm going to share with you that you can go and commit to. One of the first is juicing. If you want to lose weight, go on a juice diet for 28 days. If you've got the commitment, you'll do it. If it's important, you'll do it. If your why is big enough, you'll do it. For those of you that don't know, I've got a very good friend. His name is Jason Vale, also known as the Juice Master. I've known Jason for years. He's been amazing to see his success, and go study Jason. He's got some of the best value apps on the App Store. They're on my phone. They're on everybody I recommend. If you want to lose weight, and get some more energy, juicing could be a great way to be able to do that if you're not familiar with it. Or go watch his documentary on YouTube. It's free. It's called Super Juice Me. Go educate yourself. Another strategy you could use if you're looking to lose weight and increase some energy is the intermittent fasting. And another good friend of mine, a guy called Dave Asprey, the CEO of Bulletproof, a big advocate of being able to use intermittent fasting and also combining the right fats for the body, rather than a lot of the stuff we've been fed falsely by successive government information and misinformation and out-of-date information since the 70s about why all fat is bad. So, go study the stuff that Dave does on the Bulletproof gang. They're amazing, just as Jason is. So if you want to lose weight and get energy, there are two ways I'd encourage you to go and explore. Both for different people, different types. If it resonates, go play. If you want flexibility, if flexibility is important to you, if you cannot stand up straight and keep your legs straight and put your head, your forehead on your knees, you need to think about flexibility. I can do that getting out of bed and I'm 45 years old. And again, it's not about me. It's about saying I make it a priority. I wasn't born flexible to be able to do that at my age. It's because I focus on that. Go sign up for yoga. Go do 30 days of yoga. And this weather, the hot yoga is a great place to go. I did an hour and a half of yoga yesterday. It's something that I always incorporate as part of my routine. Regardless of the the sort of temptation for most people, especially the guys, which is the t-shirt training in the gym, as I call it, where you're just focusing on glamour muscles. If you don't get a tight core and get strong flexibility, which yoga can certainly help with, then you're setting yourself up to fail. It may be that you're looking for endurance. It may be you're looking for strength. It may be you're looking for medals and competition. Whatever it is, make the decision to actually sit down and analyze what are your outcomes. Once you know what your outcomes are, it's easy to go and make something happen. Because here's what it comes to health, guys. If you don't make time for health, you have to make time for illness. It's a binary equation. As my good friend Paul Brown, the former Australian aerobics champion, says, you only get one body, so get it right. And from that perspective, there's no excuse. Oh, I'm too busy. Well, let me tell you something. Actions express priorities. That's it. You want to see what somebody values? See what they do with their time. If you don't value health, you won't find a way to get to the gym. If you do value health, you'll always find a way to get to the gym. If you don't value health and all of a sudden rich Uncle Albert died and says, I'm leaving you $1 million in my will, but the stipulation is you have to complete a marathon within 12 months, you suddenly had a shift in values and priorities. It's not about making excuses. It's about assessing what your priorities and values are. It's as simple as that. When it comes to health, guys, please. I had the privilege of being able to work with and train and meet with the late, great Bob Del Monteque, who in his mid-80s had more stamina and muscle mass and flexibility than most people in their 20s. And you look at people like that and it instantly takes away the excuse. Oh, I'm too old. Oh, I can't do it because. Belief. Just fill in the blank and then get rid of it. So, on that note, please, when it comes to the start of the new year, if you do not make time for health, you'll have to make time for illness at some point. And there's no excuse today, because if you're not on fire with life, if you're not bouncing out of bed, if your body's not rejecting more than 6 hours sleep, then I've got news for you. You need to change or take a look at your lifestyle, because that is available should you wish. Anyway, again, I don't want to bounce on too much about health. It's one of my passions. I run a health and vitality retreat seminar once a year with my Master Circle participants. We're doing it in Croatia this year. We're in the Bahamas last year, and there's only a small number, about 20 people. If you want to take a look at that, come play with me and I'll teach you directly one-on-one what it is that we do when it comes to health and vitality. And hopefully on that note, you'll have as much energy as you deserve for 2018. Anyway, I'll speak to you guys tomorrow. Go have fun. Don't go too crazy tonight, and know that this year is all about, or this coming year is all about, what you can get out of life by who you can give to life.
Hey guys, Peter here, and it's the 8th day of Christmas, also known as New Year's Day. And what I want to talk about today is a subject most people talk about on the 1st of January, which is New Year's resolutions, and more specifically, why they never work. I mean, everybody knows that the average New Year's resolution lasts around 3 weeks. Why? Because that's about as much as the willpower behind them tends to last. And so, if we are going to look at why that happens, let's drill down a little bit. One of the biggest challenges with New Year's resolutions is the starting point. The starting point is essentially, I don't like myself where I'm at, and therefore I'm going to try to change myself. The fundamental issue is that we see ourselves somewhere where we're not, and therefore we try to force the change. And that relies on motivation. Motivation relies on willpower, and willpower always has a time limit. I can have all the willpower I want to hang on to a tree over a cliff, But if you come back in 3 days, I'm not there. So willpower always has a time limit. Whereas if we go to inspiration instead of motivation, we have a different energy. And that's the difference between setting a New Year's resolution and, which comes from desire. Now, desire itself, as starting point of desire, is lack. It's like, I don't have something. It's a negative frame. People don't realize that. Now, desire can be useful if it wants to get you out of apathy or, to conquer procrastination. But as a long-term sustainable mode, desire falls short. So, and there's a reason why desire calibrates at 125 on David Hawkins' map of consciousness, for those that have read Power versus Force, one of my highest recommendations of any book once you're ready to read it. And, anything under 200 relies on force instead of power. So instead of desire, where do you really want to be coming from? Well, there's a massive difference, my friends, between desire and purpose. If you have a purpose for something, if you're driven by a purpose or purposefulness rather than desire, which comes from lack, you tap into a different level of energy. Now, if you want to go to the gym to lose weight because you're not happy with what you look like right now, again, great motivation to get you off the couch, but unsustainable long-term, as history and statistics will point to. One of the most quoted phrases that I have around the sort of social media sphere is the following. Complaining at your current circumstances is the glue that keeps you tied to them. I'll say that again. Complaining at your current circumstances is the glue that keeps you tied to them. And I want to share a metaphor with you here that'll hopefully shift your New Year's resolutions on how you plan them, how you make them, and how you follow through with them. And that is the metaphor of what I call the art gallery. Now imagine you go into an art gallery. Let's call it the art gallery of life. And you buy your ticket, you've been born, and you get access, and you're walking up and down, and you're admiring the art, and you walk into one particular room, and you look at the things on the wall, and you don't like them. You don't like the artwork. In fact, you're offended by it. Now, what do? Do you complain? Do you ask the curator to come over and you start demanding that they take down this stuff off the wall? Well, no, you have no right to do that. Most people are complaining at the artwork on the rooms of their lives. They hate their bank balance, they hate their relationship, they hate their job, their boss, their circumstances, and they're complaining at it. And they're stamping their feet and demanding that it gets changed. Well, in the art gallery of life, the only thing that's going to happen is security is going to get called and you're going to get thrown out. But you have every single right to walk out of that room and walk down the corridor to a room that has pictures in that you do like. In other words, if you don't like your bank balance right now, if you don't like your job, you don't like your weight, your body, or what have you, rather than complain about it, simply choose to walk into a different room. In other words, simply choose to go find a better job. Simply choose to put down the Domino's pizza and the Haagen-Dazs. Simply choose to focus on what it is that you want to go towards rather than complain about what you currently have. And there's a massive shift in energy around that. And, for those of you that are looking forward to, going to create this year for really what you want it to be, for what you deserve it to be, to really get your arms around 2018 and embrace it. The starting point is be okay where you're at. Acknowledge that life is a growth-centric experience. I'm always going to be moving forward. But, if I'm overweight, I'm okay with being overweight. I choose to be okay with being overweight because once I choose that, to be okay with it, I can then choose to lose weight. But if you're resisting the weight that you are, again, it may be short-term motivation to get off the couch, but it isn't sustainable long-term. Once you're okay being fat, you can choose to be thin. But if you don't get that, if you're all constantly resisting where you are, you will always be trapped by it. Remember, complaining at your current circumstances is the glue that keeps you tied to them. So on that note, please go out and set goals that drive you from a place of purpose, that set resolutions that inspire you to grow because it's where you want to get to. Stop complaining at the artwork on the walls of your life right now and choose to walk towards the room that has the artwork that you love. And with that, my friends, I wish you a very happy new year and I'll see you soon.
Hey guys, Peter here on the 9th day of Christmas, and today I want to shoot just a quick video for you to share with you something that on a subject I get asked a lot about, which is my morning routine. And I thought to do that, what I'd do is give you a little tour of, where I get up, what happens when I get up, and where I go and what I do. Because, if you really want to set yourself up to win for the day, a morning routine is an outstanding way of being able to do it. And those of you that have a morning ritual or a morning practice, then you already know that if you do your morning ritual, the day just goes smoother. If you skip it, you miss it, you make an excuse, yeah, it doesn't go that well. So, I thought I'd just give you a quick little tour. In fact, put something on video I very rarely shot on video, which is my bedroom, would you believe? Where do I get up? Well, this is where I get up. And one of the things I wanted to show you was to make it a little easier, especially in England, I have one of these. Right, this is a natural sunrise alarm. In fact, you check what time. Here you go. I'm set for 5 a.m. And what that means is that at 5 o'clock, my alarm tends to just gradually rise in lightness with natural daylight from about 4:45. So at 5 o'clock, my pineal gland has already been told to stop producing melatonin, start to produce serotonin, and it's a lot easier to wake up, which in England in winter is a godsend. I then come downstairs and tiptoe, because Thea's normally still asleep at this point, and I come down into my meditation room. I avoid that room, that's the office, that does not get open until after 9 o'clock, but the meditation room here, as you can see, one of my favorite quotes from Eckhart Tolle, instead of asking what do I want from life, a more powerful question is, what does life want from me? And that's a great frame to be able to go in with. Again, it's not what can I get out of this life. It's, I'm here as a growth-centric experience. I'm here as part of Earth School to learn how to grow up to become a higher expression of love. That's ultimately the reason we're here, in my opinion. So anyway, I come in here, and what you'll see is a little desk that I have here. So I sit, I do some reading. I've got a couple of books out at the minute. What have we got here? That's Joe Dispenza's latest book, which is Becoming Supernatural. Love Dr. Joe Dispenza, high recommendation. In fact, I'm actually off to see him at his advanced meditation workshop next week in Spain. Very much looking forward to that. I've been a fan of Joe's work for many, many years. I've also got a book on here, which is Why Good People Do Bad Things, Understanding Our Darker Side by James Hollis. Now, James Hollis, you've probably heard me talk about on my London Real interview, as an author that I recommend, wrote some incredible books, very deep and very sublime. So I do some reading. It's always a great time of the morning, so at 5 a.m. to really get the brains quiet. You're still in a sort of high alpha, not quite got into beta brainwave state, so you're still very susceptible to input. And I've obviously got my journal here as well. That's my journal. That's my private conversation with myself. Nobody reads that. Funny, I've actually got the journal here that I kept every day while I was actually in prison. For the 6 months I was in there for contempt of court, my typical indigo nature, including all of the actual magic moments that I kept, over 200 magic moments that actually happened while I was in there that I recorded. For those of you that have been reading The Inside Track, which was the series of letters that I wrote to my coaching groups while I was in there, will understand and resonate with a lot of that. And if you haven't read that yet, please go to the website. It's a free gift to be able to go and download, and it's probably some of the best insights on how to deal with adversity, how to understand different aspects of what I was going through in real time, so that if you can cope with that, you can cope with pretty much anything. It was a fascinating adventure, one I don't regret a second of. You'll see here some of the avatars that I focus on when I'm meditating, and my mural on the wall there. That's actually a crystal bed, which I use if I've been traveling to sort of balance the chakras and the energy centers from John of God. And here's where I sit. And I've got either a meditation cushion, which I like to travel with, you can probably see under there, or I use a kneeling meditation Zen stool here. Oops, get that back in frame. There we are, guys. And I'll sit and I'll meditate for anywhere from half an hour to an hour to really achieve that sweet spot of being in the present moment. And also I use this a lot as well. This is the HeartMath sensor. For those that are familiar with HeartMath, it's really a sensor that plugs into an app called Inner Balance, which essentially allows you to get real-time biofeedback on whether your heart is in coherence or not. And that's a great way to be able to really manage your thoughts, whether you're being present or whether you're not. So this is where I stay. This is what I do. I pour myself usually a pint of greens to come in here with, and then this is me here till about 7 a.m. And once I leave here, I then go and work out, probably in the gym, or I've got a gym here at home, which I'll go and train in sometimes. And then I'll go take the dogs out, come back, and that's it. I'll have my juice. And so by 9 o'clock in the morning, I've been up and I've been gone for, and already up and doing stuff for about 5 hours. Where are we at? 9 till 5, 4 hours. And as a result of that, my mind's ready, my body's ready, my spirit's ready, and I go take on the day. That's when I allow myself to turn my phone on and go and into the office and do what I do in there. So that was just a little tour of what happens in the morning. But whether you meditate for 10 minutes, whether you just go and get some quiet time, whether you take time for yourself away from the kids going to school, or the crazy people fighting for the bathroom, having a morning routine, having an ability to really carve some time out for yourself to start the day is an outstanding foundation, and I recommend it to everybody. Hi guys, this is Peter, and it is the 10th day of Christmas, and a little late here because I've been flying today. I'm currently in Hungary, in Budapest, here for a business meeting. I'm flying back in a couple of days. But the message I want to share with you today is, if you really want to make 2018 that extra special year, what's the fastest way to change your circumstances other than changing your mind? Well, very simple. It's changing your peer group. Now, I've talked a lot about this all over the internet. I've got videos and interviews where I stress, one of the fastest ways to really make a difference is to trade up in terms of the people you surround yourself with. Why? Because who you hang with is who you become. And I couldn't think of a better time to explain this than being with one of the people I look up to the most, the wonderful, amazing, incredible brother from another mother, Mr. Pa Joof. Pa, if you were to share something on the power of peer group, what would it be?
Hey, Happy Christmas to you guys. Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year. And thank you, Pete. I remember my dad saying one thing to me. He said, Pa, if you hang around 9 negative people, you're number 10. If you hang around 9 broke people, you're number 10. If you hang around 9 positive people, you're number 10. Show me the people you hang around with, I show you your life. You see, for me, peer group is so powerful because you can have all the willpower in the world, but if you're around the wrong people, you'll be dragged the other way. So environment or peer group is more powerful than willpower. So to make your life easy, and especially this time of the year where you get to make New Year resolutions, which most people don't follow through, by the way you follow through is hanging around people who are going to the direction that you want to go anyway. And we're here in Budapest doing that same thing really right now in this time of the year, kicking off our year with some great meeting some new people in the business world. So what are you going to do? And I'll probably suggest this. Just choose 1 or 2, 3 people that you want to hang around with, that you want to rub against this year, that will help you propel you forward.
Right.
So thank you.
Thank you, guys. And the last thing I'll leave you with is, some people say, well, how do I get rid of the people in my life that no longer serve me? Now, the way you don't do that is to go over to them and say, hey, guess what? You now suck because I'm better than you, so you're out of my life. Yeah, I made that mistake when I was 18. All ego-based, and it isn't the way to go. You've got to recognize people are on their own journey, and what gets you from A to B doesn't get you from B to C. So if you feel that people that are in your life right now that are constantly pulling you down, that are being negative, you don't make them wrong. You send them love for where they're at on their journey, and you simply choose to walk to a different path. And from that place, you can have a really great impact on your life by wishing them well, but setting your sights on a higher level of goal and a higher level of standard for you and the people you're with. I love you guys, and I'll speak to you for the 11th day of Christmas tomorrow.
See you soon.
Hi guys, it's Peter here, and this is the 11th day of Christmas. And as you can see, I'm here in this beautiful place in Budapest, and one of the messages I want to share with you today is, while we're busy trying to make 2018 the best year of our lives, it's always important to take time out and smell the roses. And we so often forget that. We're so busy trying to get somewhere that we forget life. We hear it all the time. Life is not a destination, it's a journey. Well, I'm here to tell you, life isn't a journey. Life is lived in the moment. Let me give you an example, right? If you take dancing, right? Everybody loves to dance. But what is the purpose of dancing? Is it to move from A to B on the dance floor? Is it to get to a certain spot? No, it's not. It's to be able to be in the moment. It's being able to, explore the beauty and the movement of the dance itself. The dance isn't about getting to the end of the song. Life is not about getting to the end of the year, getting to the end of the rainbow. It's about enjoying it in the moment. And so many times we're so busy doing something to try to get somewhere, we forget that you get there by realizing you're already there. So, create magic moments. We've just been given access by a good friend of a friend called George, who's the president of the hotel president here in Budapest, to give us instant access to the rooftop. He's unlocked this specially for us today because they wanted to create a magic moment. And part of our magic moments can be creating magic moments for others. And we tend to forget that too. make 2018 about enjoying the moment, about taking time out to smell the flowers, not just to try and earn enough money to buy some. And it will tend to make life a lot richer and a lot more worth living. And by putting a smile on other people's face, we can't help but put a smile on ours. I love you guys, and tune in tomorrow for the last day of Christmas, the 12th day of Christmas, where I have a very, very special message and a gift for you all.
Hey guys, it's Peter here, and welcome to the 12th day of Christmas. And if you've watched all of the videos in the last 12 days, then well done. You've hopefully taken something out of each of those to be able to create a better 2018 for yourself. And speaking of which, we're now into the real swing of getting started with 2018. So my last video today is really a message for you that, if taken to heart, will really change not just this year for you, but the rest of your life. And that is that, what is the secret to moving forward in life? It's obviously one word: growth. Now, we don't get to vote on whether we grow when we're children physically, and that's taken care of us. We get to choose how we grow physically when we're older based on what we eat. But the kind of growth I'm talking about today is emotional growth. It's emotional intelligence. It's spiritual growth. It's levels of fulfillment. It's evolving our level of consciousness. And that, my friends, is always a choice. Now, I'm not talking about being able to run back to school. As the great Jim Rohn says, formal education may help you make a living. Informal education can help you make a fortune, and not just financially, but in terms of richness of life. So, we know that the two primary aspects of life in terms of the rules of nature are growth and contribution. We grow for a reason. We grow so that we can contribute. Or what's the point? Because if we're not growing, we're dying. That's one of the binary equations of life. It's like health. Health is a binary equation. You either make time for health or you have to make time for illness. There's certain aspects like love or fear. They're predominantly the only two choices you have in how to respond to situations. You can do it from a place of love or a place of fear. It's a binary equation. And either growing or dying is one of the primary binary equations of life. So if we are going to commit to growing this year in terms of who we are, so we're not just another candle on the cake, and the same person, then where do we want to start with that? Well, personal growth and the personal development industry is now so full of information that is so projective of whoever's opinion it is that's giving it. It's hard to go through the minefield. So what I wanted to select for you today was a bit of a gift. And as you know, I've probably done over 100 different podcasts right now, and I try to give something different in every one so that people can benefit. But the most common podcast request that I get to be able to share with people, and the one that impacted over 250,000 lives, and was a way that many people came to actually find and discover my work, was what's been called the famous London Real interview with Brian Rose that I did a couple of years ago. Now, Brian, for whatever reason, has decided to take that down from the channel. It's no longer available on London Real. Brian's got his own agenda that I wish him well with. But I do get asked, probably the most common question is where can I find that? So I wanted to give that as a gift to you guys today. If you've not seen it, please take some time to watch. You'll find something in there that I promise you will help you make a shift. If you have seen it, then like many people, you probably want to watch it again. So here's a link. You can go watch it. You can download it. Please share it with your friends if you get some benefit. But on the 12th day of Christmas, to start your journey of growth in 2018, I wanted to give you something that has probably been the cornerstone of some of my work that has allowed so many people to grow, as a gift from me, and say thank you for going through this series with me. We've got more stuff coming out soon. There's new videos on my YouTube channel. But thank you for everything. I love you guys. Go watch the video. Enjoy yourself. Take care, and make 2018 the masterpiece that it was born to be for you. All right, my friends. Mwah.